In the crowded landscape of horror-themed video games, one star shines bright, and today we're introducing you to Dead Space, which redefined sci-fi horror with its grotesque monsters, claustrophobic dark spaceship corridors, and one unlucky engineer who's forced to play hero for survival. Stay tuned, because we're going to tell you everything we know about the Dead Space movie. In the meantime, Marvelous Videos brings exciting content for its audiences every day. Kindly take a moment to click those like and subscribe buttons to support our efforts. Now, get your plasma cutter ready, because we're about to step into the dark world of Dead Space to learn more about the highly anticipated cinematic adaptation of the game series. Here we go. The development journey. From rumor to reality, John Carpenter, a renowned figure in the world of action, horror, and sci-fi from the 70s and 80s, is also recognized as a master of the horror genre. In 2013, this American filmmaker publicly expressed his interest in bringing the popular game Dead Space to the big screen as a movie. He wished to create something similar to The Thing. Electronic Arts, the game's publisher, also wanted to make a film series based on the game. Now, fast forward 10 years and Carpenter dropped a surprise. The film was in development, but there was a twist. Instead, another director was leading the project. The franchise already has 2 animated films under its belt. The first was released in 2008, a prequel where the necromorph outbreak infected the USG Ishimura. The second film is Dead Space Aftermath, released in 2011. This sequel reveals that EarthGov is conducting experiments on innocent people using marker fragments. In 2025, news arrived that horror icon James Wan would direct the animated film, but we didn't get any news about the casting or the release date. Who's making the movie? Directors, writers, and studio. According to rumors that surfaced in 2023, the mysterious director John Carpenter referred to was James Wan, the visionary behind horror hits like Saw and The Conjuring. He also happened to work on the Dead Space trailer in 2008. This Australian filmmaker also helmed big names including Aquaman, Malignant, and Fast and Furious 7. His long and distinguished resume make him the natural choice for a Dead Space animated movie, if the rumors come true, that is. Around this same time, Jason Momoa was also rumored to be considered for the role of engineer Isaac Clarke. Warner Bros. Was believed to be backing this project by collaborating with Wan's production company, Atomic Monster. Wan's company has a first-look deal with Warner Bros. And New Line. His production company has been involved in creating some of the greatest horror hits of modern times, solidifying his reputation as a master of jump scares, atmospheric terror, and suspense. Unlike the director, the writer's name remained unconfirmed. However, sources from Instagram and X speculated that Gregory Weidman, a well-known writer of In the Shadow of the Moon, released in 2019, and Limitless from 2015, may have been involved as the screenwriter. Casting and characters. Who's playing Isaac Clarke? Clarke, the hero of Dead Space, was designed as an everyman. He's not a soldier, but a simple ship system engineer from the 26th century who's become a reluctant hero. He fell into chaos while aboard the USG Ishimura when unforeseen horror struck, and he had to fight necromorphs, undead monsters created by the alien marker. Isaac is haunted by trauma and visions, especially of his dead girlfriend Nicole. He tries to balance survival with the mysteries of the Maker. Once a silent protagonist, he finally found his voice in Dead Space 2 and 3. Gunnar Wright not only provided his voice, but also motion capture for the character. Consistent with his role in the previous works of the franchise, he's officially declared to voice Isaac Clarke. Other characters from the franchise that may return in the upcoming animated film include Nicole Brennan, Kendra Daniels, and Zach Hammond. These characters were important to the story of the first game and thus are strong candidates to be included in the movie. Since there's been no official announcement of the cast as of yet, fans can expect to see fresh faces playing them. Storyline and setting. Faithful adaptation or new direction. The final storyline for the film hasn't been released yet, but we can speculate a few things based on the past remakes, Downfall and Aftermath. Downfall is a prequel to the first game, detailing how the USG Ishimura was trapped in a state of chaos as the marker was hauled aboard. Aftermath showcases a fresh narrative through multiple flashbacks. It also had a unique animation style. These 2 examples showcase how the franchise has historically favored side story expansion for the remakes rather than straight reboots. The new film is likely to focus on side characters, explore the marker, or dive deeper into unitology. It's highly unlikely that it would recreate Isaac's journey. If it follows the storyline of the first game, key elements like the Ishimura disaster and the marker mystery will be presented with fresh perspectives. With new characters and untold stories, we can expect some new facets of the narrative rather than a scene-for-scene remake. Animation versus live action. What format will the movie take? The film was originally planned as a live-action production. However, an official update has confirmed that it's pivoted to a fully animated approach, scrapping the live-action element. Dead Space is known for its body horror, grotesque necromorphs, and other creative elements that are difficult to replicate in live action. And even if one attempts to achieve it, the enormous budget or limitations of CGI can pose challenges. Perhaps these are the reasons the creators have opted for an animated format that offers creative freedom to develop immersive and engaging visuals with a darker aesthetic. Besides, the success of previous animated prequels also supports this choice. This new animated film can tap into their success and established universe. Ultimately, all that fans really wanted was an intensified and cohesive experience that would keep them on their toes in anticipation. They want to maintain their connection with the franchise, experience some familiar elements while anticipating newer ones. And an animated format can fulfill these expectations without the constraints of a budget or effects. Visuals, horror, and tone. What to expect? According to recent IMDb coverage, the film's shift to animation aligns more closely with the original game's terrifying tone. The full trailers for the film haven't been released yet, but studio discussions hint at a visual approach that complements the game's aesthetics. The director and studio are expected to adhere to the core themes of the franchise, including psychological dread, body horror, and isolation. Using animation, the creators are expected to be more imaginative and ambitious with the visuals, justifying the decision to discard live action. Thus, fans can expect to see the iconic, dark and aesthetic corridors of the Ishimura. The necromorphs are likely to be more unnerving in appearance, intensifying the element of fear. The set pieces may be gorier than before, given the creative flexibility provided by the animated format. What makes a horror film scary isn't just the visuals, though, but also the sounds that accompany it. In this potential animated Dead Space film, we can expect bone-chilling audio, including eerie organ hums, sudden audio leans, and distant clangs. It will be reminiscent of 2023's remake of the game that never failed to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Release date and future plans. You're probably as excited about this film as we are, given the tremendous possibilities it offers. Unfortunately, we don't have any official confirmation on a release date for it. The only verified upcoming project from the franchise is the graphic novel reboot that was launched in March 2025. Electronic Arts has previously released 2 adult animated films as part of the franchise and is interested in continuing the cinematic universe with the 3rd animated film. The franchise itself has great potential to not only earn praise from critics, but also attract some impressive numbers at the box office. Given the recent success of video game-based franchises, including Arcane and Cyberpunk Edgerunners, this is starting to seem more and more like a very real possibility. However, to determine the exact output of this plan, we're gonna have to be a little bit more patient. Marvelous verdict! If you've played the Dead Space games or watched the 2 films from the franchise, you're all set to survive the new movie when it launches. The story has the potential to be a blockbuster hit thanks to its creepy aesthetic atmosphere, unspeakable monstrosities, and psychological twists. Our engineer buddy Isaac Clarke is definitely going to give us some jaw-dropping moments that'll make the wait well worth it. Although there's no official news on the release date or cast, the buzz is real. Fans have been eagerly anticipating this film adaptation for over a decade. Hopefully, we'll be able to watch it soon, but regardless, we hope that you enjoyed this video. Let us know your thoughts on it and Dead Space in the comments down below, and also, if you want to suggest topics for future videos, we're always looking for ideas. Either way, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.